Hello everyone, my name is Dan Herron. I'm here to show you tofu haters out there that not all tofu is created equal. I have a great recipe called Asian stuffed tofu and it'll blow your mind. It's delicious. The ingredients that I use is, for today I'm using ground chicken breast as the stuffing. I've used pork sausage in the past and it has been absolutely dynamite. The reason I'm going with a chicken is that it cuts about 200 calories off the top of the recipe, which with the pork sausage runs at about 900 per serving. The fat with the pork is about 48 grams, with the chicken 27. The sodium, which is pretty much all derived from the sauce that goes on top, is about 90% of your daily intake of sodium. So coming up with a different way for sauce would be a lot better for you in sodium wise. Vitamin C, you're running like 170% of your daily intake. Vitamin K at 240%. Half your day in B6. The list goes on and on. It's a very healthy meal if you can cut down on the fat and the sodium. So to start, we're going to take this tofu and just cut it right down the middle into two sections here. Now I'm just going to cube it up into nice big thick pieces. Then take this little handy dandy cutter that I have. You can pick this up at pretty much any restaurant store. And all I want to do is just take a little bit out, poke it out, done. You don't want to cut too big of a hole because you kind of lose the integrity, the strength of the tofu, and it'll rip when you go to try to stuff it. And you do not want that. With these leftover cores, just throw them in a freezer bag and throw the cores in the freezer because tofu does really well once frozen and it accepts flavors better and overall just a better thing to work with. But for this recipe, this is just fine. Okay, now that you have everything cored out, you're just going to grab a little bit of the stuffing and you just gently push it into the hole. Just give it just a nice little filling there. Don't get too crazy or you'll rip the sides and you do not want that. It loses its integrity and it makes it harder to fry. Now this chicken is not the easiest thing to stuff with. It's kind of sticky and goopy, but I can assure you all will be worth it in the end. Now that the tofu is stuffed, we're going to take this over to the stove to a hot pan of oil where I poured in about 1 to 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to pan fry them every single side, kind of like a dice. Get all the sides you can, get a nice crispy brown, and we'll go from there. Okay, this is where all the sides are getting crispy, and I put a little bit of the stuffing as well in with it because I just like a little more stuffing. What we're going to do here is we're going to drain as much fat out of there as we can, just leave a little residual, and then we're going to add the green onions and broccoli. Alright, here we've added the green onions and broccoli, just pretty much threw them on top of the tofu after most of the oil is drained off. I'm just going to let this cook for about 2, 3, 4 minutes just to get things a little soft, get that broccoli going a little more. And then we're going to dump on the sauce, put it on top of the rice, and it's ready to be eaten. Alright, now we got the sauce put in, and we're just going to reduce this sauce just to get some nice thick goopy glaze, and we're pretty much ready to serve. Alright, the Asian stuffed tofu is done. Here's the amount. It's good enough for 2 people, maybe even 3. So just by a little ingenuity, you can really make this into a healthy meal. But for you tofu haters, you're going to love this. Thank you.